Drake, make them cry. Let's talk about it. How y'all doing? Welcome to Let's Talk About It Music Reviews Season 12. How y'all doing? Welcome to the show. We're back with another morning episode. It's been quite a while, but I woke up in the morning. I stayed up pretty late listening to a bunch of Drake. And then I wake up in the morning and, I gotta listen to more Drake. So here we fucking are. Anyways, guys. Drake dropped his new album, or I will say albums. We got like 3 fucking albums to check out. And I've been wondering how I'm going to do this. I think it's going to be pretty easy. I think this week we're going to spend time on Iceman, and then next week we're going to also do the second album, and we're going to do a bunch of track reviews from that album, and then album review, and then the third week we'll do the third album. Y'all know how it is. We'll sprinkle in some other track reviews from other artists to keep it fresh, but during the week the rotation is going to be Drake. So get ready for Drake for like 3 fucking weeks. I didn't think that was going to be my plans, but it is going to be my goddamn plan. So also I do have some good news before we do even get into this review, guys. Everything is going back to normal. Thumbnails are going to be coming back. The episodes are going to be sounding like they used to. Alright, thank y'all for dealing, with, a little bit of a struggle. But, we've climbed out of the struggle. Life is getting a little bit better. And we are finally back to our fucking peak. So that will be happening very, very, very soon. I can't wait. Probably like the second week or third week of Drake coverage, we will be in business back to, what we used to be doing. So, good news from there, but we got this new song. This is the intro track from Iceman. I thought, hey, we might as well check out the intro. How does it stack up as an intro for the whole entire album? Let's get into it. Let's talk about it. We got Make Them Cry. Now, I've been seeing a lot of coverage already on Twitter, and the initial opinion on Twitter is that this album, or these albums, are kind of just mid. And, I check out Iceman, and then I check out these other albums, and honestly, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. This opinion that this new Drake album is like, you know, the songs are going 3 for 40. From all the albums together. I really do not believe that, and I'm gonna get into why in my Iceman album review because I'm gonna take some more time to listen to it. This is what happens when you do initial reactions. You don't actually listen to the album, and you're just kind of, with this like Drake clouded hate, which is understandable. Sometimes people just hate artists no matter what. I honestly can't understand it. I try to give every artist, a fighting chance. Whether it's, Drake, whether it's fucking, whether it's fucking Drake to goddamn Taylor Swift. Like that's my range of artists. I don't stick with just one genre. So that's my range, in my opinion. So I'm going to give every artist a fighting chance. As long as they put out some fucking music that doesn't sound like, I'm wasting my time, doesn't sound like some lazy shit, actually sounds like some effort's been put into the fucking music, I'm honestly fucking happy. I'm honestly having a good ass fucking time. So, that's my only thing about this is that, remember guys on Twitter, it's initial reactions. It's not people actually taking the time to listen to the album all the way through and not taking the time to listen to all 3 albums all the way through. Now, I'd say, don't listen to them all the way through from day one. Don't do what I do. I stayed up all night. I listened to album 1, 2, and 3, to the point I was laying in my bed on the third album, like falling asleep, because I was so fucking tired. So, look, don't do what I'm doing. That's not how you enjoy music. Check it out on your spare time, every, a few songs over and over and over again. From Iceman, from this album, check it out, But, like, don't listen to what people are saying on Twitter. They said about the Chris Brown album review, they said about the Chris Brown album, and then I check out the Chris Brown album, and it's actually some of the best work that man's made in a long-ass fucking time. So, don't believe everything these motherfuckers say. But let's get into Make Them Cry, starting off with the beat. This beat is kind of your typical sample boom bap 808 drum beat, you know. And honestly, I will say it sounds pretty fucking good. I do like the beat switch when the sample switches up. I do like those chords. I think the chords sound fucking fantastic. You know, this beat's pretty simple. I wouldn't say this beat has a lot to it, but I do like the fact that there is like 3 beat switches on here. I think the beat switches actually sound pretty fucking good. And it just makes the beat having a little bit more variety, having a really good sound to it, so I really overall enjoy that. And 2, let's get into the first verse from Drake. I will say, you know, not having Drake for, you know, all of 2025, you know, I did kind of miss the rapping, and, you know, hey, the rapping is back in full swing. I'd say the rapping is even fucking better. I think Drake is just, whether this beef, people say, you lost, you have the loser mentality, or you have like the victim mentality. It's crazy. I have to say all these mentalities when it comes to a rap beef. And I think that's fucking stupid in my opinion. All right, you can feel how the fuck you want to feel, I guess. So, you know, I think whatever Drake is feeling, I think overall is good because that puts a fire. That puts a fire inside you, and when a fire is inside you, you are gonna rap your best. You are gonna sound your best. You are gonna flow your best, and I think that's why Drake sounds really confident on here. The flow switches are really fucking good. The rapping is really good, and there's not even a fucking hook on here. That second verse sounds really fucking good with the beat switch. The flow switching of adding value on there. So even though that Drake might not be putting the most like crazy ass song out, this is for an intro to an album. I would say pretty fucking good. It's got really good emotion to it. I like it at the end when Drake gets all emotional and he starts fucking pouring his heart out. Fucking rapping his ass off. That's a really cool thing too. So overall, when we talk about Drake Make Them Cry, this is a pretty nice intro track to the album Iceman. I really enjoyed this track from the beat to the verses, from the sample. I think this song is actually pretty fucking good. So overall, I will easily give it an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10, guys. What y'all think about it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? I don't know. Let me know. Make sure you follow if you're on YouTube, Spotify, Pandora. And yeah, I'll say I'll leave a good one. We got more Drake content coming. And I'll say I'll leave a good one. Yeah, guys. Bye.